Hey guys, welcome back. So in this video we are going to see how to make the registration system in our PHP project. So let's get started with it. So firstly you have to create a file over here. So just say new file called register.php, and here we are going to use the same header and footer which we have used in the index page. So I'll just copy that and paste over here. This inside thing I'll just remove, and we are going to design a register form over here. So first let me give a h4 tag over here and say registration form, and let us check the output. So just type here register.php, and here it is. So we will design the register form and we will add this register.php in our nav link. So we'll go to our includes navbar.php, and here inside this I'll just remove this pricing and paste over here, not here, paste it in the href. Okay, and here write register, and we'll just copy and paste the same thing for login also. Say login. So this thing we will make it in the next video. So now we are just going to make the register page. Refresh. Okay, so when I click on register and when I click on home, it should go to the index page. So in this home href I'll just type index.php, copy that same thing, and on the navbar class also just put that. Here let me say ecom, or you can just write whatever your project name is. Refresh. So here it is. So when you click on this or the home page, it's going to come to the index page and then register. So we'll go to getbootstrap.com and get the form design. So just go to getbootstrap.com. So go to the docs and search for forms. Okay, so you got a form over here. Just copy this and in your register.php, just paste it over here. So this form design is going to be throughout our page. Okay, let me just show you. So here you can see it is from this starting till the end. So I don't want it to be that much. Instead, I want to keep it within this much. So this container, I want to keep it within that. So for that, we just have to add few div over here. So let me say container row column md12. Okay, Control X, paste. Okay, yeah, save, and now refresh and check. So it is inside your container. So this thing, Control X, and here we are going to add a card and card header, and just paste this over here. And in the card body, we are going to paste the form. Control X, paste. Okay, save, refresh. Okay, now it looks better, and we'll give some gap over here. So above this container, just say py5 and paste this closing div after the container is closed. Yeah. So here in this registration form, we have two fields, that is the email and password. So we will keep the username, email, password, and confirm password in the registration form. So we'll just go and change that. So inside your container, here, just close the sidebar and copy and paste. Change this to name, remove this, and you can remove all these things. It's not necessary. And here, this thing is going to be input type equal to text, and the email address. So this div you can just remove. We are not going to show this small text over here. And then you have the password. So just copy and paste that once again. Just align this thing. Yeah. And this is going to be the confirm password. confirm password. Just remove this thing. So now let us just check the output. So go to your browser and refresh. Okay, so now it looks good. So we'll just add a placeholder for this. So in your name, just add a placeholder and say enter your name. Copy that and just paste it for all the text box and say enter your email, enter password, and over here say confirm password. Save and refresh. Okay, so this thing is looking too wide, so just make it a bit small. So instead of column MD 12, we'll just keep it to column MD 8, and in this class we'll just say justify content center. Save and refresh. So we'll just make that to 6, and this checkbox is not required, so you can just remove it. Refresh. Okay, so this looks better. We are done with the registration form design. So let us see how to register the users and insert the data in our database. So first we will create the database. So open your PHP and your database. So here I have created a database called PHP Ecom, and here you can see there are no tables. So now we are going to create a table in this. So we will call our table as users, and we are going to add 5 columns in it. Say go, and the first one is going to be ID, and that is going to be auto increment. Say go. Okay, and then you have the name is going to be varchar, and we'll give the length as 191. And then you have the email is again going to be varchar 191. And then we have the phone, and it's going to be int, and here we are going to keep this as 15. So different countries have different number of digits in their phone numbers, so according to your requirements you can just make this. And then you have the password, and this is going to be varchar of 191. And then we are going to add one more field over here called created at. So when the user registered, that will be a date time field which will automatically be added. So just say add one more column and say created at, and this is going to be a timestamp. Yeah, and then in this default column here you have to select current timestamp. Okay, so if you want any of this column to be nullable in your project, you can just allow it over here. So I'm not keeping anything as nullable. This phone thing we will just add it in our registration form now. So we'll just create the database, and here it is, our table is created and all the fields are listed over here. I'll just copy this phone and we will add it over here. So just copy this thing from the name, paste, say phone, and input type equal to number, and your placeholder, say enter your phone number. Save and refresh. Okay, so now let us write the code to register the users and insert this data in our users table. So here you have your form tag. So inside this you're going to say form action is equal to, and method is equal to post. So we are going to keep this as a post method, and in the action you have to specify the file name where you want to send this post data. So here we are going to create a new folder, and we are going to name it as functions, and inside that we are going to keep this new file called authcode.php. Okay, so in your register.php, in this form action specify that file authcode.php, and it is inside the functions folder, right? Just specify that path, functions slash authcode.php. So when you click this submit button, it will take the post data of this form. So to fetch the fields over there, you have to specify the name for each input tag. So here say name equal to name, and for this thing just say name is equal to phone. Copy that, paste, name equal to email, name is equal to password, name is equal to C password. So that is confirm password. And here this button type you see, right? So make sure this is button type equal to submit, and you have to specify the name for this button as well, register button. Okay, so just copy this button name and go to your authcode.php. Here just open close php and give an if condition, if is set function of $_post of this button name. Okay, so here we are just checking if this button is set. So if the button is clicked, this will become true. So inside this we are going to create a variable called $name equal to, and here we will fetch the value of this register page. So this name we have, right? Say $_post of name. So by this $_post of name, we are getting the value of that input field. So there is a chance of SQL injection when you use this way. So we are going to use the MySQL real escape string function to prevent SQL injection. So just call the function over here, MySQL real escape string, and in this we have to pass two parameters. One is the value. Okay, paste, and before that you have to pass the database connection. So that is $con. So this $con is in your database file. So inside your config dbcon.php we have created this. So we will include this in that authcode.php. Say include, and it is inside the config folder and your dbcon.php. So we are inside the functions folder, right? So we have to go one step above. So that is by giving two dots over here. Okay, now we are just going to copy and paste the same thing for all the 5 fields. Let me just open this in the side. So go to authcode.php, copy. So here press Ctrl D, so it will just select the duplicate of that same thing and paste, and then copy the email, paste, and then you have your password and your C password. That is your confirm password. So now we are just going to check if the password is matching with the confirm password. So just give a if condition over here. If $password is double equal to $C password. So if the password is matching with the confirm password, then we will proceed further. Else we are just going to redirect the user back to the same page. Here we are going to use the session to display the message to the user on the register page. So let me say $_session of message is equal to. So here whenever you are using this $_session, make sure to start the session on top of your page. Say session_start function. Okay, so if you do not add this thing, your session is not going to work. Passwords do not match, and then we are going to return the user back to the register page. So here we are going to use the header function, and within single quotes say location colon space your file name. So that is register.php. So make sure to give this space in between, or else your code is going to give you errors. So if our password and confirm password is matching, then we will register the user and insert the data in our database. So let us write the code to insert the data. Say insert user data. Create a variable over here called insert query, and I'll write the query in this variable. Say insert into your table name, that is users, and specify the column over here. So the column in our database, we have name, email, phone, password. Name, okay, and then give the values for that. So pass the variables in single quotes over here, dollar name, and then you have the email field. So copy your email variable, and then you have the phone, paste, and then we have the password, paste. So here I'm inserting the raw password, whatever the user has entered. Okay, so we are not hashing the password. Insert query underscore run. So this is a variable where we will make our SQL query run. So just say my SQLi query function, and this MySQLi query function requires two parameters. One is your database connection, so that is $con, and the other one is your query. So copy and paste. So now we will check if the query is successfully executed. Just copy this variable over here and say if insert query run is successful, then we are going to set the message as $_session of message, say registered successfully, and then we are going to redirect the user to the login page. Say header function within single quotes, say location colon login.php. Okay, if there is some error in this, say else part, just copy and paste the same thing. So here we will change this message as something went wrong, and we will redirect the user back to the register page itself. Copy and paste. Okay, so now let us test our code. Go to our website, refresh, and I'll enter my name over here. Okay, email, and I'm going to say a 4-digit password over here. Submit. So here you can see it has come to the login.php. So that means it is registered successfully and then redirected to the login page. So here this path is not being called properly. So we'll just change that. So once it is registered successfully, just one step above we have to go. Okay, just go back and refresh. We'll register another user. So before that, we'll just check in our database. So here it is registered, and another name I'll just say user, phone number user@gmail.com. So we'll click submit over here. So here you can see it is registered and redirected back to the login page. So for now we have not created the login page, that's why we are getting this 404 error. So our registration system is working perfect. So we'll go back, refresh, and check in our database. So user is registered over here. Now let us just check if our password and confirm password is working. So if we put wrong password, does it redirect back or not? So I'll just put something over here, then say test at, and then I put a wrong password in the confirm password. And when I say submit, it is redirecting back to register page. So we have to just come one step above, slash, and the same thing over here also, slash. Okay, so we'll go to our output, go back, and now when I click submit, so you can see it has come back to the register page, but the message is not been displayed. Go to getbootstrap.com to get the design. Here go to the docs and search for alert. So you have multiple alerts over here, so I'm just going to take this one with the cancel button. Yeah, so here it is. So just copy this code over here, copy, and in your register.php above this card we will just paste it over here. Okay, so I'll just show you the output. Refresh. So you've got this thing. So this thing should be only visible when we are having the message set. So we'll write a if condition over here, open PHP, close PHP, and say if is set dollar underscore session of message, and just open your bracket over here, and after this div, open PHP, close PHP, close the bracket over here. Okay, so here it is. I have opened the bracket over here, and we have closed the bracket here. So only when this message is set, this thing is going to be shown, and instead of this static text we are going to show the message. Okay, so instead of this we just put hey over here, and here we are just going to print the session of message. Copy and paste. Once this message has been displayed, we have to unset this session. So over here just write the unset function and give your session name. Copy and paste. So make sure to start your session, guys, in whichever page you are using the session, right? So you have to start the session on top of that page. Say session underscore start function, and now we'll just test the output. Oh, and refresh. So this was the previously set session message. Just refresh and it's gone. So now we'll just check it again. I'll just put some phone number and email. Okay, say submit. Passwords do not match. So we have got our session message over here. So here we have to check one more thing, that the email address should not repeat. So once the user has registered with that email, they should not be able to register with the same email again. So we'll just go and add that code in this. So here before checking the password, we will check if the email is already there in our database. Add a comment over here. Check if email already registered, and check email query is equal to, here just say select email users table where the email is equal to your dollar email. Okay, and then we're just going to run this query. Say query run is equal to mysqli query, and pass the connection along with your check email query. Okay, we'll add a if condition over here. If, and copy this, and here we are going to say mysqli number of rows, so num rows. So if mysqli num rows of this query is greater than 0, so if the email is already registered, this thing will be greater than 0. So this if condition is going to become true. So here we are going to set the message. I'll just copy this and paste. Say email already registered, redirect back to the register.php, and in the else part we will put this whole thing. Okay, so we'll just test the code now. Go and refresh. So I have already registered with this email ID, so I'll just register again, home@gmail.com. So now when I press submit, you can see email already registered. So that's it in this video, guys. We have seen how to make the registration system in our PHP project. So thank you for watching this video, guys. Please Like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.